It's Estate Planning Wednesday, and our expert Paul Yokobitis with Cary Estate Planning is back to talk about the very important process of estate planning, and perhaps maybe even more important, when we should talk about that plan with our family. Always good to see you. Thank you so much.
Absolutely.
This is information I don't think we just know offhand, so it's so great to have you as the expert here helping us out. Okay, estate planning and the family. Of course, this is a very, very important process. When should we start bringing our family members into this plan?
Yeah, I think it's always great to include the right family members, right? Not the ones that are going to bring the drama and sort of bog down the process. Whenever we're committed to completing the process, right, that we don't have a plan in place, we're starting to explore our options, we're really starting to consider what we have, how we want to leave it, and more importantly, who we want to include to receive things and to also act on our behalf in these different action points, health crisis, after we're gone, and the like.
Sure, and we've talked about it before. It's not the most joyous thing to talk about in any situation, so there has to be a good place and time to do this. Where do you think is the best place to bring this up?
Yeah, without question, estate planning is morbid, right? It's talking about things that we really don't want to happen, but it's inevitable, right? Nobody's going to live forever. And so it's really just having those empowered and intentional questions when you have the opportunity. So some families get together a lot more frequently than others. You know, there's the Sunday dinners and all that kind of stuff. Others, it's very periodic, only around holidays. And so it's taking mindful and intentional time during these opportunities of gathering to sort of say, look, it's about time, we're getting serious about planning, and this is what we have in mind.
As morbid as it is, it's something that's very, very important. And what I'm hearing is there's no right time exactly. It's just when it's the right time for you and your family.
That's right. And there's always these like holiday-driven inflection points. They're like, oh, Thanksgiving or Christmas, whatever. But it's okay to just do it on a Sunday, right? It's just it's when you can carve off the time and have an honest conversation about it. And what's surprising to a lot of parents is that your kids are thinking about this too, and they will have a big load off their shoulders knowing that you've done something rather than done nothing.
That's very, very true, to take that initiative and just get it done and dive right in.
That's right.
Do it cautiously, though, because like you said, you don't want to just bring it up at dinner unexpected.
That's right.
But there has to be information that is kind of the basic, crucial things that we need to know without going all the way into detail. Yeah,
a lot of it is around logistics. It's the what to do in case of emergency type thing. So first, it always starts with the fact that you either have a plan or you're going to create a plan. And when it's in place, how these family members are involved, right? So if they're going to be your healthcare agent, they need to know that if there's a health crisis, they're going to be the one called to act and make some really meaningful decisions for you. If they're going to be the one to take over after you're gone, what we call executor or trustee, they need to know the logistics, like where are your assets? Where are these tools that you've put in place? And so it's really just going to be kind of the lay of the land, practical step-by-step things. And of course, when you're working with a law firm like ours, it's when in doubt, call Cary Estate Planning and they'll help you through whatever comes up.
I'm glad you said that. And we've also talked about how preparation is key. You don't want to wait too long to do this. So having a plan laid out is the easiest and least stressful when something inevitably does happen.
Of course.
What's your best key piece of advice?
Think past the tools themselves, right? So a lot of people really check a mental box when they create the actual estate plan, and they feel very accomplished just having the right legal documents with their names on them and signed in the right way. But they don't work as well if they're not readily available whenever that time should come, and if your people don't have information as to how to use these things. So how they should serve and what they should or shouldn't do in these different roles, but also where everything is, like insurance and utility providers and mortgage statements and where your bank assets are, and really like the how-to. It's the practical step-by-step things that really make a plan win or lose, right? Or fail or thrive. That's really the difference. So having access to that information.
And of course, it's a lot to think about, because even as you're listing all of this out, I'm like, ooh, I wish I had an expert to help me out. And that's where you step in. If we have any questions or we need someone to help us navigate this process, how do we get a hold of you?
Yeah, the journey for estate planning with our firm, it always starts at CaryEstatePlanning.com. Learn more about your options and take the first step.
Well, we appreciate you breaking it all down for us. Definitely helping so many people out there. Thank you.
Yeah, thanks for having me.